Hey there, it is Thursday, October 2nd, and this is your weekly market watch for the Seattle area real estate market. Hey, I'm Brennen Clouse, and I am your Seattle, Washington real estate agent. And today we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on in the market. We are what I would call fully in the fall market. We saw kind of an uptick right after Labor Day, and then I would say we saw another uptick this past week. But let's dive into the numbers and see what exactly is going on. So the 30-year fix today is at 6.37%. Now this isn't the lowest it has been since the beginning of the year. We did see it drop down to 6.28. Looks like that was like last week. It's a little higher than it was before, but not a lot of changes this week. Of course, it's higher than it was before, but even though the government has shut down, we haven't seen a ton of volatility. It's still right about where it was when the Fed made the announcement. Of course, I've talked about this last week, if you didn't watch, and the week before, that a lot of times the mortgage interest rate will come down preemptively before the Fed announces the rate cut. So we probably saw the low right before the cut a couple weeks ago, to be honest, when we saw it under 6.3%. Now the 30-year FHA and VA are at 6.05 and 6.06 respectively. So those are still quite low. Honestly, we have helped a lot of VA buyers this year, and we're continuing to probably through the end of the year. It's a great time to get in as a VA buyer because you have a little bit of an upper hand in terms of negotiating. You're not necessarily hindered by competing with a bunch of other offers that would make it hard for you to get your offer accepted. If you are a VA buyer, that's something to keep in mind, that now could be the best time to get into contract on a home if you're wanting to use your VA benefit, which can be really so useful, especially in the Seattle market where it is so expensive. Okay, let's talk about what is going on in terms of the listings. As far as the market stats for the condo market in Seattle in the past 7 days, we saw the number of new listings come down by 4. That's at 185 this week, down from 189 last week. So not a big, huge drop. Number of pending listings as well as sold listings are up in the condo market pending by 2 at 165 this week, and sold up by 47 at 150 this week. So we do see some pending and sold going up, not quite at the level of new listings. So 185 new listings and only 165 going under contract. So we are starting to see, I would say, probably from now into the end of the year and through early January, more of a slower market. That really depends on the interest rate and what comes on the market. But that would be my prediction through the end of the year. Great time for buyers to get into something that could be a really great deal for them in this market. Now, as far as residential homes, so single family homes and townhomes, this week, number of new listings and pending listings were both down. New listings down by 47 at 510 new listings, pending listings by 4 at 575 this week. Now you will see the number of going under contract pending, 575 is higher than 510. So we're seeing less come on the market and a little more go under contract, which shows, again, kind of, I think, what I was saying at the beginning of the video, that we did see kind of a spike in activity this week. I saw last week a lot of good homes come on the market. Some people who didn't think they were gonna buy this year have started. Others who maybe thought they couldn't find the right thing are finding things that they actually like. People who have been searching for a while have also seen things they like just within this past week. So I think this is indicative of that. And then of course, the number of sold listings has gone up by 90. So closed and sold is 440. So again, you do see a little bit of the pending or going under contract outpacing the new listings in residential, but not quite the same in the condo market. So I do think that, like I said, from here, we're in October now. Usually people are pretty active through the end of October in the real estate market. It does slow down a little bit in November and December because of the holidays. That will probably be determined by the interest rate, to be honest. So what happens with the interest rate? We see the interest rate come down again, it could spur a lot of activity in the real estate market through the winter months. But if you are thinking about starting now or in 2026 or even in 2027 and you just want to talk about your strategy, reach out to us, text or email us, and we can set up a time for a strategy consultation. We are also doing next week, next Thursday at Urban Family Brewing in Ballard at 6:30. We are doing a free homebuyer seminar, how to buy a Seattle home. We'll have drinks provided. So come on out if you want an hour of information and knowledge, and we'd be happy to see you there. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next week.